Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on this card. So let's see, I'm actually going to switch this out for my... Okay, so for my last card, I did this one here, and we will be using the Love at First Sight kit, and this was what I did last time, and this is what I'm going to be working with this time. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be this card here. It's going to be a little bit different than this one here. I'm not going to watercolor the background. I'm actually going to leave it black and white. I went through and I watercolored a lot of these, so I will have a lot of thank you cards, which I am so grateful for. So I already had this watercolored, and I already had it cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. I mean, I've got enough of them, right? 12 of them. So I am going to go ahead and do this one. And what I did was I decided to add a layer and of color. So as you can see, in the original, let me see if I can zoom in for you guys so you can see it a little better. Oh, come on. Okay, so the original has this patterned paper colored, and because I'm not going to color that, I did color this. I made sure to color this, and it will add a pop of color, but I wanted some color back behind it like this. So it's not the same, but because I'm going black and white, I wanted to pull in the color, which they use this Bashful as an, not Bashful, it's Ballerina, as an accent color. So that obviously goes well. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Ballerina in this card. So that's kind of what I'm going for. And then we have the original design that I'm going to mimic as well. So it should just add a little bit of a stack, and I am not going to, I like the crisp edges here, so I'm not going to distress this time. Surprising, huh? Okay, so I really like how this one's turning out so far. I knew when I saw this layout that I wanted to try it without the coloring. I like it with the coloring, but I wanted to try it without. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started, and then I have this one prepped as well. And so that one's going to be a little bit different as well. I did the similar thing. I'm going to do the same background, and I'm going to do the same thing as this. I'm going to use the pink for the background here, and then I'm going to do a black and white version of this, just a 1/4 inch on each side smaller, and to help it stand out. And I'm going to use also one of these watercolored pieces. So this should be a very quick video. I should be able to go from one to the next because I have them all cut and prepped, which if you use this kit or this Workshop Your Way instructions, all of the cutting is pretty much done for you unless you want to change up something like I've been doing. If you want to see the originals, I have, I'll put the link in the description box below where I make these exact cards. Of course, my colors are a little bit different. My watercoloring style is a little bit different. And I have a few other videos that are these same instructions with a little bit of a twist or a different color, or switching out the cardstock and color. So it changes it up, and I'll show you exactly how I do that in my videos, and I walk you through it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. Alright, so first things first, I'm just going to add some adhesive on this one. Now, honestly, I could have done, this and put that on the front. I just like the black and white. It's really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the center of the card front. And then I'm going to go ahead and flip this one over. And I definitely could have used the lighter color, but I really liked the actual ballerina color for this one. It really went well with my sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and center this one, and then I'm going to go ahead and center this one. Now, if you're a subscriber and you end up with one of these cards, don't be surprised, because I'm a practical person. I tend to make things or create things that I will use. So if you receive one of these, then yay! Because that was what they were intended for. So I did decide to use the lighter side of the charcoal cardstock. For those of you who don't know, close to my heart, all of their cardstock is double-sided. So we have the, oh, my cat sneezed out in the living room. They have double-sided cardstock, the original color on one side, and a lighter version of that color on the other side. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick these down. Again, if you want to see exactly how I cut these out, I have a prep video. I guess the second video is the when I actually make the cards. But I wanted to show you guys how exactly I prepped the cards, the card bases, and it only took me about an hour to cut out all of the things for 12 cards. Of course, I've been mix and matching, I've been adding things and all that kind of stuff and taking things out, and so it makes it a little bit more confusing, but I don't know that I could have done it any differently. I love using these instructions and making them work for different designs. Try to get that as close to center as I can. And then we are going to do this here. This is the silver embellishing thread. Now, I could totally get a pink color, which would really look cute to match that. I have embroidery thread that I use on a lot of my layouts and things. I don't really know how this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Well, I guess 2 is all I get, but we can see how that works. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick a little bit of sticky on here, and then we will see, how did I want to do that? I wanted to go like that so that it sticks down out both sides. Ah! And it didn't stick. Didn't stick! Okay, so that, if I can get it to stay, would be great. Stick, stay, stick, no, stick. Okay, so I'm going to just tape over it a little bit so that it stays, maybe. It's not staying. Okay. Well, fine then. I'll just hold you down and tape it the other direction. There. That's going to stick. Now I'm going to trim these pieces here that are not part of the loops. They're the very ends. Don't want those showing. Really does need to go down, not around. Okay. And we'll pull that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do my adhesive across this whole thing. Not only will that help hold it down, but it will hold them in place like that. And then I'm going to make sure it's centered And then I'm going to be using foam tape to get that to stay down. As long as I can actually get a small enough piece for each spot. There's one. And a little bit larger of a piece I think would work for this one. I need to make another one of these. If you don't know about my little things here, you can check out my YouTube channel. I have, I think it's the tips, tips and tools or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it's called. It's been a while since I've actually put anything on that there. So, but I can leave a link to that below as well if I can remember, because we could always use tips and tricks because they always help us. So anyways, I use this roll here, and I put it on an old backing sheet, and then I just run it through my cutting thing, whatever the heck it's called. I want to say die cutting machine, but it's not a die cutting machine. Trying to think. Paper trimmer. There we go. I run it through my paper trimmer, and it cuts just perfectly. It's just the right thickness to where it doesn't get the backing, but it goes through these, and I can cut them into little pieces. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that they're cut in little pieces, so that I can just pull them off as I need them, and there we go. So that is my card so far. I don't know if I need to add anything else. It's pretty simple and elegant and cute, and I think I'm going to leave it just like that. So that is that card. You can see it's got some of the embellishing thread. And now we're going to go ahead and get started on this one here. So again, I use the instructions for this. I have marked 3/8 of an inch from the side because if you watched my other videos, I just had a terrible time trying to figure out the background. I could not, for the life of me, get it to start and end up in the right spot, and so I had to trim down the card itself, which doesn't make a big difference. The card end up looking gorgeous anyways. So this was my last version of this card. Totally changed it up. Yes, I know. I think that's kind of the point. And I have a blue version, and I have a couple of different versions of it. The originals don't have the word thank you in it, but I do. So, that makes a little bit of a difference as well, and you can do that. You can change it up to suit you, which is exactly what I've done. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this one. It starts with let's see, I measured it from the right to the left. So, and last time it worked out great. It actually worked. So I'm going to go ahead and do that same thing. So I'm going to use that as a reference just to get the colors in order. And I kind of want to look at these so that I can see what they look like. What do I want showing behind my thing? And I think I'm going to have this one show. So this one will be adhesived. And we go for the larger one on the right. Larger dark one. So here we go. So I'm going to line this up, and I have marked the 3/8 inch spot, and I'm trying to get these even from top to bottom, which I'm assuming is on the quarter mark or just inside the quarter mark. So that's what I'm going for. It is the quarter mark. Okay, and there we go. So the next one is a pink, And the Ballerina actually has two tones, the lighter and the darker. I'm going to go for the darker this time. In the past I've been doing the lighter, but I think I like the idea of the darker this round. And I'm thinking that was not even on the top and bottom. And I need to scoop that up. Hopefully I can get this done within this 13 minutes and we won't have an extra long video. That would be awesome. So now I'm going to go ahead and look through this. And we're going to go for this one here. And this goes up. So now I'm pretty much just lining this up and taping it down. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's... I'm going with the darker version on this one. So I'm going to put the adhesive on the lighter side. Let's scoot it down just a tad. Oh, not that much. There we go. And then this one here. So the last card that I made, you will not see this particular striped pattern on there because I changed that out for just a green one with arrows, and that is something that you can do. I'm going to go for the darker one here. And then another pink adhesive on the lighter side. Okay, and then we're going to go for the thicker, which is going to be the thicker, lighter version. And then we're going for the thinner, patterned, darker version. So let's see, that should work there. And then this is going to be the darker version. Oh. And we'll put this one right on here, like that. And there we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see, do I want to distress those? I think I do. I really like the idea of those being distressed. I don't know what it is. Hey, where did it go? There it is. Alright, so I'm going to do this real quick. Just add a little bit of distressing. Okay, there's that one, and then I'm going to go ahead and do this one. It doesn't take very long to do this. It adds just a little bit of attitude, and definition. It kind of, it gives a little bit of definition to the foreground instead of the background. So that's the main reason, because I didn't want this to get lost in the background. Because the background, honestly, is busy. It's a good busy, but it's still busy. Okay, so I'm going to stick this one straight down to that one. And then I'm going to put foam adhesive on the back of the paint of the ballerina color. Alright, let's see how we can do this. Okay, and then I'm going to pull these off. And this one originally says to do, I think I might do that though. I actually like that idea. Ah, wrong end, this end, that end. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. So the original card has some of this wrapped around the bottom and then a little cluster up on the top or the bottom corner. And I think I just want to wrap it around the base a couple of times. Come on, you can do it. Okay, and one more time. There we go. And so I'm going to go ahead and trim that. Oh, I can't believe that worked. That was awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that, and I'm going to go ahead and keep that there. I think I might actually raise it up a little bit. Now that I think about it, I like how it is right now, so I don't want to ruin how it looks, but I want it up just a little bit more so that it can be covered. There we go. And then I'm going to grab just a little piece of washi tape, maybe a little piece of washi tape. Wow, these penguins are adorable. I have no clue what the heck I would ever use them on, so I use them for things like this. And now that I realize it, I just taped it to the back, the very, very back, and I can't be doing that. So now I get to figure out how to get the back out. Okay. I am going to pull back out and have to redo the whole thing. Okay. I can do that though. I can do that. Okay. So this will go here. Like that. And evidently I'm going to have to trim it. Okay. So yes, that will show on the inside. If you wanted to, you could cut out a white panel and stick it over the top of that if you wanted. I'm not going to, just simply because not only does that make it, I mean, it just takes that much more time, honestly. Okay. And there's that, and we'll expand this up just a little bit, maybe not. Or down. Down works too. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this and stick it in the center. It seems like it's curving up, but maybe it's just me. Maybe this is just crooked. There. That does look better. Okay, so now I'm going to put some foam tape on this one and go ahead, and that should do it. I don't know. Oh, that's really tight. Cut right down the center of this. My scissors. Stick it on there. And maybe I can fit this all in one piece. Maybe like that. And then I'll have one down here and one down here. Alright. And then all I have to do is put this on there. And I will definitely be adding a couple of bitty sparkles. Like that. And then, let's see, where'd my bitty sparkles go? No, they disappeared again. Okay. Let's see if I can actually get this done. I've got a couple of minutes left. That just looks like too much. Maybe it's just not supposed to go there. Yeah. Okay, I don't like that one. It just looks like it looks like it needs another one. I just don't know exactly where it needs it. I'm just gonna stick it right here on top of this leaf. The tip of the leaf. There we go. That's the right. I don't like it when my bling is like right on top of each other. So if I can move it down a little bit so that it's not like straight in line, I will. So there it is, and these are my 2 cards, and I will show you how different they are from the originals. Let's see if you guys, there we go, like that. You can just see the subtle differences, but I love it. So I will have one more set of cards, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to have to think that through a little bit. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you like these card ideas, I don't always get to doing these all the time. It's like every once in a while I will get to, or like once a year or once or twice a year, something like that, because I'm busy doing other things like planners, and I really want to get it back into scrapbooking, so I'm trying to reorganize my schedule to accommodate that. And so I am going to go ahead and get off here. Anyways, if I forgot to say, if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe so you can see what I come up with using Close to My Heart products, and I have other products as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.